Okie dokie dokie, it's the Max0r video. Oh boy, time to get a bunch of free views. Da 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 da. I don't need to put any work in. Da 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 da. Chat, say hello to the YouTube, and YouTube, say hello to the Twitch. Oh my god, every time Max0r releases a video, my heart flutters with joy knowing that I have to put literally zero effort into making my own content. Anyway, let's watch the video. So this is titled Genshin Impact is a playable anime, which is highly accurate as we all know that Genshin Impact is in fact an anime.
A cry for help. Genshin Impact is a playable anime, and that's pretty good since...
Just said, wow. Literally 2 seconds into my brain's already imploding. I need to make sure I get the sound done properly.
This video is a cry for help. Genshin Impact is a playable anime, and that's pretty good since my videos are attempts to make watchable anime. I can't believe it, guys. They made a sequel to Stockholm Syndrome. Welcome to the world of K-pop. You may have heard of it from all the free advertising that I'm doing. A beautiful post-apocalyptic nightmare world featuring a giant tree.
Hey, just so you know, I'm going to be playing the post-apocalyptic world with the giant tree this coming Sunday, just so you know, guys. Haha, wait, Elden Ring or Genshin? I don't know, they're both the same! It's just one's more weeby with anime titties, and the other one's weeby with great anime No, it's fine.
Sorry, that's the wrong game. On our journey throughout the 7 nations, we will meet the world's most colorful cast of children, entrusted and empowered by the gods to wield elemental energy as dangerously as possible. I'm just a big fan of the characters in this game. There is no reason in particular. Assemble your team of heroic psychopaths.
So, I'm gonna say this right now. Over the last few months, I've seen a lot of modding going into the Genshin Impact world. Specifically modding that makes the characters more appetizing for someone of my culture. All I'm going to say is, if you like Genshin, but you don't like how stick-figured most of the waifus are, you can fix that. As with anything in life. You got a problem? Modding can fix that. Your big husbandu in Genshin don't have titties big enough? Mod them onto him. There's mods for everything, and Genshin has had a large influx of them.
And begin blasting, boating, cooking your enemies alive, visiting Baby's first casino, and with enough time, it will become Baby's last casino. But most importantly, have fun, because the game will try to stop you. I can assure you that the visual novels are exactly
You're having fun in my Genshin Impact? Impossible! You haven't given us $5,000 for a single role on your characters.
Country at a time. This is it, guys. This is what $900 million can buy you. Are you having fun yet? Look, all I'm trying to say is, this is a weird episode of Ava.
Lil Wolfie, thanks for giving stuff to Obama!
Your pain floating to the sky. Meet the world right.
Oh, so anime! Do we actually think that Max0r is a weeb, or does he just do this ironically? I think he's unironically a weeb. I actually think he's a weeb.
Wow, I haven't been here in 2 years.
And yet your editing style has evolved ever so
Welcome
much
back to Mondstadt. And yes, the game still displays your IP address,
I
just in case you're a little bit
fact.
too critical. This place is where the player learns how to fight, learns how to kill innocent animals, learns that they are bisexual as soon as they see Kaya. So I think it's a great opportunity to teach the basics, and nothing else. The environment here looks like it shares a polygon. I think a good place to start is with our team, the Fulganassaria. Official, every crew got the schizophrenic, personality disorder, mentally and physically deranged, wife material. I'm serious about that. There's a quest where you enter her mind and she fights her tulpa. End user license agreement. Literally the only physical DPS. Possibly racist. Has the biggest slappy in Tevat.
I'm sorry.
And Rosaria, who is dressed promiscuously, so we need to cover her up in appropriate garments. God, I wish nuns were.
Somebody draw some fan fiction of me making out with her, please.
With our team assembled, we are now able to do nothing because I haven't explained the game. Genshin Impact is a based character RPG where each character wields one of the 7 elements, all of them interacting completely nonsensically. Water buffs fire, ice freezes water, plants buff electricity.
For people who've never played Genshin, and this analogy will make so much sense, Genshin Impact is Warframe, only if Warframe was fun and anime.
Gas leak. Dendra requires 9 tabs of Khan Academy. My team is based on not playing the game as much as possible. There is genuinely no cooldown to freeze. By the way, what I'm showing you now is considered tame. The game is actually supposed to look sub-mentally deranged. The numbers are helping me to understand what's happening. Of course, some characters are bad, and others are very bad, but many are absolutely game-changing. There are characters that straight up allow me to fly, at least through regular means. This one fights with a pogo stick, and this one doesn't fight at all. My cock's crit rate is -87. The game also allows us to choose from a lot of weapons. I think I have a few copies, each one with their own properties and substats. Sometimes too many substats. Like goddamn, I'm fighting with a Wikipedia page. We've got bows, spears, paddles, big fish, sentient umbrella, child's bomb instructions. I hope you can see why there's a lot of variation. And also theory crafting. A lot of Chinese theory crafting. They take this game very seriously. Like right outside of a KFC seriously. And if you're wondering about...
That's a reference. I like that. So in China, they had this whole thing where they were giving away like things for Genshin Impact if you went to KFC. That was so heinously out. Okay, it's a separate video in itself. But if you want the biggest giggle tits of your life, go and watch the Genshin Impact China KFC thing. It was a whole thing. It's hilarious. People were stealing waifu statues and stealing each other's KFC, and they were standing in line for line like an American trying to get their first McDonald's of the day. It's crazy.
About the gambling, well, hell, we'll get to it later. I have a lot to say about it. But for now, welcome to the land of the Anemo god, who is a twink that gets kicked in the balls.
The femboy! Oh my god.
This guy's really jamming out. No chat, I'm not going to do that yoinky splinky. Oh my god, he just doesn't give a fuck. So what if I just oh no, he can't be stopped.
He committed a genocide!
Mondstadt is a depopulated anarchist state where there are no taxes, no police, and half the country is controlled by wolves. Wolves that you never actually see, unless you want to count Razor. I mean, there's the giant wolf, but he's kind of special.
No wonder this game's furry.
What's the dog doing? As a result of this, nobody in Mondstadt has any money. Except for the church, of course. The city is undergoing a crippling wine epidemic. Look, I just think it's a serious funding issue when the cavalry captain doesn't have a horse. Therefore, most of your time is going to be spent cleaning up their mess. Their singular mess. Because there's only one enemy in Mondstadt. Yes, from the beautiful ruins of old to the peaks of Dragonspine, 90% of the enemies you encounter are Hilichurls. A sentient race capable of empathy and complex thoughts.
And
which is why they must be destroyed. Literally take a random location in Mondstadt. You are 10 seconds away from a Hilichurl.
You're a local inhabitant of this land.
Not anymore! You're not! Mondstadt is dedicated to race war. They even have their own language, which I'm being quizzed on. Honestly, I'm a bit of a yay Dada man myself. Really feeling that moohoo yay today. Don't say Nini Zito, it's basically a slur.
They're kinda cute though, right?
That. Look, what I'm trying to say is this place has problems, but ultimately, they are cool problems. Mondstadt may not be that today. Don't say Nini Zito, it's basically a slur. They didn't like that. Look, what I'm trying to say is this place has problems, but ultimately...
My favorite waifu. The best waifu. Mona. Mona. Oh god, magical waifu of sundred souls and spirits. I'd simp. I'd simp. Absolute simp.
They are cool problems. Mondstadt may not be that varied, well designed, or even have a story that I can't summarize in one sentence. The dragon was mean, and then he was nice. Sun Tzu. But ultimately, this is just the beginning of a long, long journey. This game is planned out 7 years in advance. So as far as the basics go,
okay, for real though, guys,
no better teacher than Mondstadt.
Whenever I play a game like this,
I always want to choose. I don't think I'm staying for the boss fights.
I mean, look, the guys are kind of nice, right? But if I'm going to be running around,
what the fuck am I seeing?
I want some good scenery to look at whilst I'm playing, right? So I always choose the characters that have the finest looking.
Can you stop playing for a sec?
No.
I need to go to my teapot!
Oh my god, this game has a friggin' schwazzes.
For the next stop on our War Crimes tour of the Balkans, we're heading to the Funny Nation. Post about this nation to instantly gain Reddit karma. And for that, we're going to need to climb as high as we can so we can deduce the direction. So we're going to this location on the map. If only there was a better way to view the world. Make sure to land on the elevator. Next, we're going to shit. We're going to 1 second. We're going to ascend to space. Why does that work like that? Oh my god, the planet's receding. I am alone in this hell on Earth. I think I'm I think I'm gonna be here for a little bit. You know it's real bad when the moon is physically below you. Hang on, guys, it's getting kind of dark, so I'm just gonna change the time real quick. Yeah, the game lets you do that. Well, folks, it was nice knowing you all.
Nailed it. Are we gonna play Fader? Not today, but we will.
Hey guys, Max0r here, and welcome to China. It's just China. I really hope I didn't just tank my social credit in our previous of adventures.
You wouldn't even catch me dead trying to speak Cantonese, Chinese, or whatever else, because I know that I just offend everybody, like I do by existing.
We explored Mondstadt to learn the basic mechanics, and also, race relations. So for Liyue, we're going to learn that we've been playing the game wrong. But before I can get to that, I need to explain my team. I call it the hot shower by force. Lord knows we need it. Xi Jinping. Yes, this is a man. I know it's hard to tell. He is also ridiculously broken on account of his ability.
There is literally one male character that you can play in the entire game where you know that it's a man. All of the other main characters that are male, you have to put a question mark at the end. Where is he? Give me. There's my boy. Oh, I swear to God, he's based off an Oni. Arataki, my guy. Why can we not have more? Look, you would be the one male character in this game that I would swap to have as my main. Because damn, boy, you got some cake. You got some cake.
To make enemies wet. Interpret that information however you want. Hu Tao is the owner of a funeral parlor, and she could use a bit of new business. She is also the winner of the Most Terrifying Simps Award. Like, the thread just doesn't end. He's still writing them. Most reasonable.
Same people simp for her are the same people that simp for Sylvanas. I'm just saying.
Hu Tao main. Yolande is a character that I play for the personality. She is also one of the most overpowered units in the game because she's the second Shincho. I don't even care that she's a federal psyop. I can fix her. And Toma, who is fucking spelled wrong. Just don't Toma. With our team assembled, we are now able to trivialize the combat because this team is ridiculous. Fortunately, Genshin is not just a game about combat. It's a game about gambling. You see, Genshin Impact is what we call a gacha game because it has got me in its grasp, which means that the primary game mechanic is chance. Every character is chance. Every weapon is chance. Every piece of every build is fucking chance.
Like
Do you
I said,
know what it's like to have a mathematically impossible goblet? Goddamn, lady. Hey, so I see you're trying to level up your crit rate. Well, that's a weird way to spell defense. Fortunately, we can predict the outcome.
You also got to roll the RNG chance whether the FBI are going to turn up to your door to present you with a sex offenders list application. Just saying. You know that FBI meme? Yeah, that's what you have. You have a 1 in 3 chance of having that happen to you every time you load up this game.
Comes of our character roles using some Eastern philosophies, and the answer is 105 on average. But don't worry, you've got a lot of time. I guess we're gonna wait a day. Because only a few 5 stars are actually available, and sometimes they aren't available. For 483 days, she is in prison for racism.
But what are... That's because... Oh my God, she's a furry. That's because you gotta pay them big bucks.
They going to do? Lock me up?
Yeah.
So naturally, we need to feed our gambling addiction at any cost. And there's a few ways to do that. You could explore more, go on fantastic...
All right, hold up. Let's talk about gambling a second, because I'm gonna be real. In free-to-play games, I'm 100% okay with there being microtransactions. I mean, I'm not, but I'm boomer enough to kind of just deal with it, right? And in a game like Genshin, even if you do not put a penny into the game, there is so much content to have. And really, when you spend money on the game, you're not spending money to give yourself more content, you're giving yourself the ability to have more content. You know, it's not like by putting money in, you're not so much enhancing the size of the game, you're enhancing the assets that are then on it. You know what I mean? Do you understand? It's not a like, this is not a necessity. I still look good and I'm playable without it. But yet, with it, the experience is ever so slightly better. Now, whether that's a requirement, and that's how they kind of get you though, right? That's like predatory, predating people's inability to manage themselves around financial situations. And there's a whole different subject, we can go into that. But in Genshin Impact, I find it entirely fair and entirely whatever. Just so long as they do encourage you for it, sure, I'm fine for that. It's a nice level of encouragement without making it a necessity. In a game where putting money into the game is a necessity, fuck that for a laugh. If putting money into the game is just purely for the enjoyment factor, like so long as my enjoyment is the same enjoyment as somebody putting money in, that's fine. But if all that changes is the flavor through that process, that's fine. I'm okay with that. I mean, sure, it's still gacha mechanics, but hey ho.
Adventures or find amazing treasures. If you want to stay poor, no. You see, the real money is made in the daily quests, which are a series of useful and normal missions, such as talking to people, murdering those people, talking to the hillagirls, very nicely, finding the weasel, where do you go, and jumping on mushrooms. Who the fuck commissioned me to do this? We also have the power to send various characters on 20-hour expeditions directly to the coal mines.
Send them to the
mines!
Guys,
I really need these 2,000 upgrade materials.
That's why you only put the young ones to go to the mines. That way no one's gonna miss them.
Okay.
What can I do for you today?
Is that fucking Iron Mouse
Send a
again?
child to the coal mines.
What?
Put her in for 20 hours.
But Traveler, she's going to die.
The lithium
That's
is not going to
fucking
mine
Iron
itself,
Mouse.
Catherine.
God damn it!
Traveler.
Do not question me, Catherine, or I'll have you stabbed in a future quest.
Goddamn VTubers in my Max0r video.
Liyue is an authoritarian, militaristic oligarchy controlled by a committee of really hot lesbians. I believe in Ganyu supremacy. This nation is the land of contracts, and by entering, you have made the contract to not criticize the state. Consequently, Liyue is also where all money is printed on the planet. So, I guess Mondstadt's economy is powered by hopes and dreams. And also, the card game. Look, Timmy, I know your dad's dead and all, but do you want to play Gwent? A minor side effect of this is that Liyue is in the midst of a violent crime epidemic. As in, the majority of enemies in Liyue are human, and even worse, they're poor. So poor, in fact, that they're forced to fight you with Molotov cocktails and farming equipment. What is...
At what point do you then acknowledge that you are the bad guy? These dudes are just trying to live their life. You go in and you kill the hillagirls. Sure, they look kind of monstrous. They look kind of barbaric. You could get away with the mass genocide of an entire generation, sure, because, you know, monsters. But at what point does going off and murdering farmers and civilians, do you then acknowledge that you are in fact the evil person for doing the bidding of an evil corporation?
What is your plan, my guy? The masculine urge to dig a hole. By the way, we're the good guys. Speaking of digging holes, I should probably address this. It's a little difficult to ignore. You see, there are many beautiful places to see in Liyue, such as Night City, the fucking rice fields, the most annoying place to navigate on the earth.
Filthy
like,
Frank,
please stop giving
come
me
back
commissions
to us,
here.
I miss
and then
you, my guy.
we have the Chasm,
Welcome
which is
to
a
the rice
underground
field.
labyrinth containing all of the game's eldritch horrors. And yes, this is just the entrance to the Chasm.
I've never done that.
There's no sound effect for that. If you die down here, no one will hear your screams. As soon as you think you're done exploring, it just keeps going down. The devs had to add moon shoes to the game so I could keep playing it. Now that we're trapped down here, we only have two options remaining. We need to mine and we need to craft. The second part will come later. Okay, so now it's later. Unfortunately, I cannot craft a sense of humor. Look, what I'm trying to say is Liyue is a
Yo, dude! Thank you! Thank you for calling me out. Yeah, I too struggle with the ADHD tendency of not being able to craft my own sense of humor. If only somebody could inject one into me for me. If only I, like my YouTube content, if only I could rely on someone else to do all the work for me. Anyway.
Diverse place. Certainly more diverse than Hilichurl Field number 6. But most importantly, Liyue is a land of questions. What secrets lie in this mysterious land? What adventures are still to be had? Am I gay now? It's almost enough to make you forget the nightmare pit. And look, Liyue might have a few issues with organized crime,
I went to
sea monster attacks,
and I ran
into
twice,
and the landscape always trying to kill me. But hey, at least the story's up. It's okay. Can anyone here tell me why like there's like a giant bird next to me? It's weird. Oh fuck, where am I? Diagon Alley.
This is basically Final Fantasy as well, right? This is Final Fantasy in a nutshell. Just with less steps.
What's up, gang? It's me, Artakito. What?
Claude, hi. Also, Josh, good to see you. Oh my god, let's get to something.
Okay, guys, listen. We need to reach Japan. Don't worry, I have a plan to bypass immigration. We are going to walk there. Yes, that's right. We're going...
Okay, real question. Do you guys think that Max0r actually plays this game extensively outside of content creation? Because he makes fun of it a lot. And yet, I feel as though he is just a massive weeb. And he plays this game a lot. Arctic, hi. Sweet victory, good to see you. Thank you for the resub. I acknowledge you.
Excuse me, we're going to travel underneath the ocean. So apparently I just have to, That actually worked. Okay, I think I've, made a mistake. It's time to descend into the abyssal zone. Just to watch out for the void. What do I do about this? So I think I've been walking for, 20 minutes.
That reminds me of good old World of Warcraft days where you could clip
I don't
under
like
the,
this anymore. Okay, we're pretty close now,
there.
so, I don't think we're close enough. Please no, please no, please no.
How do you drown in 3 foot of water? Everyone's been there at least once. If you played Genshin Impact, you're
What is up, my Fabies and Gentlethems? Welcome to the land of Inazuma, a home to nobody because no one is properly housed in Inazuma. Previously, Mondstadt taught us how to play, and Liyue taught us how to simp. Well, the land of lightning is here to teach us that we have not felt true pain yet. But first, let's go over our team, which I will be calling the,
Little do they know, my good little community knows how to simp already from the moment they follow my stream. And if you want to simp properly as well, you be subscribed to my YouTube channel right the fuck now.
Yandere Benzos, Yai Miko, Mommy, sorry, Sigma female, kidnapped a man and force feminized him. God, I wish that.
Have they been reading my fan fictions again? Have they been looking into my fan fiction? Oh my, oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh no, they looked at my personal kink list. Oh no.
That was me.
Traveler, I'm making a call-out post to my twitter.com.
What the fuck are you saying?
I'm gonna piss on the fucking moon.
Bruce. You can literally name him Bruce. That is actually how it appears in game. In fact, we could name him all kinds of things, such as Baby Girl, Dr. Ligma, Wabushidashawo, Ballfart, Testicles. What is that? And last but not least, Hokushish, Hatsune Miku. This is literally just Miku. Like, they didn't even try to hide it. And Bennett, who is the single most overpowered unit in the game. Like, Genshin doesn't have power creep because of Bennett. Send this bitch to the coal mines and have his testicles exploded. Now, my previous teams, they were kind of nice, but this time, I'm not playing nice. I'm playing for funny numbers. Every single member is optimized beyond the boundaries of reason.
Honestly,
I rolled 6 copies of Hatsune Miku, and now I can kill Tortellini in 2 attacks. It costs $50. Also, Bruce can fly, like actual flight. It breaks like half the game's AI when you do it. They're just very confused. My entire team is him shooting down at the peasants like an attack helicopter. Just, don't ask me how long I farmed for this. I had to grind for this view.
So someone in the chat just asked, why does this game have the best waifus ever? Because the people who made it know what people jerk off to. They've been around on the rule34.com long enough to know what people's interests and kinks are. And every time they release a new champion, it's a case of, what's the flavor of the month this week? I see people are into gender transformation. Aha.
Second, she's wearing socks in the water. Something is horribly wrong with this country.
Really question about some of the characters that look like lollies.
Inazuma is a third-world isolationist dictatorship, mostly occupied by catastrophic disasters, both natural and man-made, but mostly man-made. Me and the fellas watching Oppenheimer in the IMAX. Inazuma is also engulfed in a decades-long civil war, resulting in mass unemployment and a refugee crisis. Naturally, this is reflected in the enemy variety, because to visit Inazuma is to be accosted by hundreds of jacked homeless people. Like, these guys just stand in the rain all day. How do the hill trolls have more shelter than this? It is also a land of many islands, which all act as their own individual insurgencies. So I think this is a great opportunity to educate you as to why you should never visit Inazuma. You know, besides the fucking puzzles. This shit is the work of Satan. Narugami Island is the only place in Inazuma resembling a civilization. The rest is basically just Martin Luther King Boulevard. The only disaster this island has to worry about is the government, and her name is the Rome Shogun. Katazuka is the first island to be made uninhabitable by nuclear weapons testing, which then proceeds to leak out of the elephant's foot in an amount so dangerous it makes Chernobyl look like clown college. I mean, I guess there's also the Cujo encampment, but we don't go to the Cujo encampment. Well, that's enough of that.
There's so much random bullshit in this game that just seems like other games.
What the fuck? Yashiori is an absolute nightmare on account of the non-stop lightning storm and slightly imposing giant skull. My favorite activity is going to this place. It limits the land the lightning can strike, so it just fucking whacks you. Looks like another beautiful day in the great land of Inazuma. Of course, I could fix the problem if I wanted to, but when I began the quest to remove the lightning, I was struck by it. I'm gonna take that as a sign from God. Seirai Island is what happens when Mr. Beast donates 50 megatons of ionizing radiation to families in need. Like,
I want to know how he edits like this. Like, oh, I mean, I know it's time. But I want Max0r to inject his knowledge of editing into my brain. Like, the only reason I haven't been uploading more content recently is because I've been doing my best to learn how to fucking edit better. And this shit is like, he only edits in Premiere. He doesn't do After Effects, at least as far as I'm aware. Everything I've seen about him editing has always been, he does his editing in Premiere. How? What witchcraft?
Look like a comedy special. The fact that there aren't even homeless people here probably tells you all you need to know. Tsurumi Island is a very isolated place, populated for thousands of years by bird-worshipping savages who need their mineral resources exploited. President Biden, please send Raytheon missiles so I can buy Dasani water and Cheetos. I just think it has something to do with the, interdimensional dog. Watatsumi Island is
furries.
Really nice. Like, what the fuck? Does this even count as an island? It's just...
Okay, Zatinshin? Video editing by default is simple, sure. And learning the basics of editing is simple. This kind of editing, however, requires an entirely different understanding because it's not only understanding the process of making the editing, it's also learning how to make relevant editing and making sure that the editing you're doing matches the subject matter of what you're doing. Because it's not just the editing that works here, it's how it's what he's editing.
So beautiful. I sure hope it's not hiding some kind of horrifying dark secret. Oh, Enkonomiya is fucking Atlantis. You get there by jumping into the giant hole, and it's like, how is this legal? Are the developers okay?
Dude,
this place was once home to a thriving civilization, which collapsed nearly instantly after they discovered TikTok. It also allows me to toggle the powers of the artificial sun. And holy shit, this 5G connection is crazy. Look, I think you've got the idea at this point. As much as I've talked about reactions and children, Genshin Impact at its core is an exploration game, because it makes you explore your sexuality, and that fact alone makes Inazuma one of the best areas. If you don't count the story, please kill me, mommy, I've been a bad boy. And okay, this nation might be lacking in housing, basic infrastructure, and some unbombed land, but honestly, that's just part of the rustic charm. How else do you think this island got a giant crater? Just be glad you don't have to live in Inazuma. It's all fun and games until you piss off the geometry.
Look, I'm not going to argue that, look, guys, I'm not going to argue the nuance of editing, all right? I get it. I want to be better at editing, and although my biggest limitation is my crippling ADHD and my complete inability to focus on doing something constructive for more than 5 minutes, I know it's possible. I'm very well aware of how possible it is, and I want to, but my brain says no. Also, I am just unbelievably busy as well.
Hi guys, it's me, Goro! Oh, is that peanut
This
butter?
game seems to get inexorably more animated. Because I'm like super early. I've only got to the money video, whatever it is.
Alright fellas, for our next stop, we're going to enter the weed land. We need to smoke that
We're already
Zaza
in the
and farm
weed land.
branches.
Saying
And to
you're
do
into the
that,
weed
all
land
we
in
have to do
Genshin
is
is like saying,
not be stuck
I'm
in
gonna go to the
Inazuma. So
burger
if you're a
land
fan
in
of our
McDonald's.
undersea adventure, then don't worry. This glitch is much worse. All we've got to do is, whatever that was. I can't let go of the W button, by the way. Get ready to receive some Holy Spirit. Okay, so we're just going down to we're going to Silent Hill now. Sorry guys, it looks like we're approaching meltdown. Hey, what's up guys? It's me, Max0r. 1 second guys, my mom's calling me.
And dude, any
hey mom,
speed
1
run of
second, I'm
Genshin
flying
Impact,
to get that
right?
Zaza.
What does that mean?
It means I'm low-key in a battle bus.
Sometimes I wish you were normal.
Okay, where are we dropping, boys?
Still the most supportive British parent.
Perfect landing.
Mom, you're watching, right? Mother, are you in my stream? Do you wish I was normal?
Hey there, my little Genshits. Welcome to the land of Sumeru. Hittite jump scare. The only nation in Genshin Impact that can use the internet, mostly for racism. Good to see that nothing's changed. It is also absurdly gigantic. Like, the map screen can't even see all of it. But before we can get into the intricacies of Sumerian society, I have to...
Literally, the longer this game goes on for, the more and more risky these characters end up looking. I swear, as time has gone by, the people developing the game know. Well, we put out a lolly character last time. What if this time we put out characters that wear nothing but hot pants? Oh, that'd be a great idea.
Explain my team. The kindergarten. Nahida is... I can explain. My girl is 10, but she is 10. Nahida is the literal god of knowledge.
I mean?
If you count knowledge as the personal thoughts of every NPC in Sumeru, which she can read.
Look at that fucking run! Oh my god!
If you count knowledge as the...
That freaking run! Oh... Okay, from an art point of view, she's adorable. But is this one of those characters, kind of like Lalafels from Final Fantasy, where she's actually like 5,000 years old, but for some bizarre reason, the pornography of the world was like, yes, we're not saying you're a pedophile, but...
is the literal god of knowledge. If you count knowledge as the personal thoughts of every NPC in Sumeru, which she can read. Even when I log into Discord, there's no escaping her. Oh my fucking god, they're still typing it. How many emotes do these people have?
Does watching you count as a hobby?
What?
I've actually been watching you for a long time already.
Excuse me, what? Nilu has a completely hollow skull. There is nothing happening inside her head. She could not
head empty.
Pass an eye exam. Sangonomiya Koka... Wait a minute, I've seen you before. But fellas, I've got something to admit. You see, Kokomi's damage scales on health, her healing scales on health, and yes, even her health scales on health. So naturally, when it came time to build her, I used the wrong stat. It makes the numbers funnier. Yao Yao is very...
Oh my... Okay. Honestly, I've wanted to main another game for a very long time. And completely coincidentally, there is a very short list of games that I think I could do that with. Final Fantasy XIV, Escape from Tarkov, and Genshin. Mostly because I feel like the amount of deep diving you can do with things like Genshin is unbelievably... What's the word? Complex. And deep. And it's as deep as the depth of my pocket dimension, which is very deep. I kind of am leaning more towards Genshin because it's the style just tickles my artsy brain, and I know that if I did play this, I'd probably end up drawing myself as Mona at some point or another anyway. So
cute and buddy. Her playstyle is chill and relaxing. In fact, you don't even have to play as Yao Yao. You play as her artificial beast given life. It throws vegetables at them. How many people would you kill for Yao Yao is not the right question. The right question is how many people I would allow to live. Personally, I think this team is really good for not having a DPS, and we are going to need it for all the funny and interesting events this game has to offer. Because, dear viewer, I lied to you. The best way to make money is not actually the Weasel minigame. It is participating in temporary event content, which I can only describe as punishment for developers who are too insane. Event content...
Honestly, okay. I actually think the only thing that would ever put me off from maining Genshin is knowing that there is that element of putting money in to get stuff out of it. And I don't know, I have a very bad habit with games like this where there is the ability to put money in. I'm not, like, weak to predatory microtransactions, but I do get tempted a lot sometimes.
Such as Prop Hunt, a game where you disguise yourselves as various household items to escape the wrath of very stupid people. Oh god, I think he's got a whiff. Wow guys, this is just like Genshin Impact.
Yeah, but I don't have to pay to see kids.
You know what, I think it's about time that I show off my winning strategies.
Say it like it is!
About this one. All we've got to do is Yep. Next you gotta do this. He will never find me this way. Does he know? Oh my god, he doesn't know. Wait a second, no. Alright fellas, I got a plan for this map. We're just gonna stand here. He has no clue. I can't. Why is it working like this? I'm sorry guys, looking up is really hard. I am torturing this man. You could say that he's among us. We also have event content like the boat minigame. I'm having so much fun with the boat minigame. The Pokemon Tournament arc. What is happening on my screen? Does that man have a fucking gun? The beetle cockfighting. I've always wanted to beat a child. And my personal favorite, Chinese New Year. Because it makes me the most money. Just don't look up any of the cutscenes.
Let's go! Hey, you butterfly, you too, buzzing by, got in your way.
What the fuck? You know, Hu Tao, I think you've got some hidden talent.
Did they just pull out some Snoop Dogg in my weeb ass game? Did my Genshin? All right, you know what? I think I'm done with Genshin. I think I'm gonna go and play a game that doesn't make me want to unalive myself. So we're gonna go play Your Mother.
Please keep it hidden. That rap wasn't released. It fucking escaped. Kaya, you gotta watch out, buddy. You're rolling to the ragging too much. Sumeru is an autocratic Orwellian surveillance state with a little hint of apartheid, governed by the worst organization imaginable.
So
University.
England.
This
Hi,
nation is the
welcome to
land of
England.
knowledge, with most of it being devoted to new, more efficient ways to be racist. And to
Yes,
that end,
England.
Sumeru is segregated between two distinct parts, each with their own unique ways to kill you.
Scotland and
The
England.
forest is a terrifying safari hellscape where each animal is not only able to kill you, but is evolved to. We've got tigers, cows, crocodiles, robot dinosaur, fungus dinosaur. Welcome to Jurassic Park. And my favorite animal type, poor people. But most importantly, the forest is where the white people live, and they're filling the library with video essays. This is the academia, who control Sumeru by spreading misinformation on the internet. Raiden, the academia doesn't want you to know this, but you can steal ducks from the public park. They're free, Raiden. The desert is a desolate, abandoned wasteland, once home to a thriving civilization. Before the Caucasoids built a giant wall between them. Does anyone else think this is weird? We've got scorpions. We've got scorpiouts. Welcome to Jurassic Hell. We've got the, never mind. So is he gonna, like, okay. And we've got worm demons. But my personal favorite obstacle is definitely the gigantic fuck-off laser. There are, of course, even more enemies, but most of them are just liberal propaganda to make you believe that race mixing is a physical need. And fellas,
God, the white
it's working.
are even on the
But
enemy
hey,
team.
the desert isn't all that bad, as long as you ignore the
Max0r,
racist
have you
genie quest.
ADHD?
Motherfucker
Why do you think I love his content so much? This is exactly, like, this is the only kind of content I'm able to pay attention to for more than 5 seconds. And I wish I had the money to get my ADHD diagnosis, because I wish I could sit down for more than 5 minutes and do content without going, ooh, shiny, shiny, I must go, my people need me. You know what I mean? Do I have any ADHD enjoyers in the stream? Any fellow ADHD?
Graduated from casual to competitive racism.
Alright, later, Max.
What? Wait.
I gotta go AFK real quick.
No, you can't do this to me. Look, the point is, Sumeru is massive, and it's not even done. And also Liyue isn't done. And also Mondstadt. Yeah. But what Sumeru does have is an actually good story. Like, out of all the things I expected, Harvard building an Evangelion was not one of them.
Oh. What?
Get the fuck out of here right now!
You can't tell me what to do anymore, Mom. I'm finally inside of another man.
Shinji, what the fuck?
I am the all-knowing God.
So that part where I said I didn't want to play Genshin Impact anymore, no one told me this game had mechs in it. No one told me this game had mechs. Okay, well, we're about to jump into Genshin Impact, I think. So I'm going to stop the video before it's done and start playing this game. You never asked! Yes, I'm sorry that I did not ask if my magically fantasy game had mechanized robots. I'm sorry for not being so apropos.
I am the all-knowing God. Jesus Christ, they really made this boss fight. Mobile game, by the way. So whether you're exploring deep in the woods at 4 a.m., finding amazing oases, God, I sure hope nothing whimsical happens here.
Does it surprise you? In any other
trying
game,
to be a
it
police
wouldn't,
officer,
but
or
knowing
doing
this
the
is Genshin Impact, I
known people
really
quest.
shouldn't have.
That is a lot of side
thank you,
quests.
Max.
There will
Thank
always be
you.
a new surprise in Sumeru, and if future content is even a fraction as good as this, then I'm going to be playing this game for a very long time. Because, you know,
What do you
I
mean,
wasn't doing that
Max0r? The fact that you're that far into the... Yeah, I was about to say.
What the fuck? Saito, where are you going? This man is fucking tweaking out right now.
Whoa!
You know what, guys? Before I go, I want to give you all a fun tip that most Genshin players don't know. The age of consent is 18 years old.
A shoulder for the past, but I
Wow, the amount of call-outs through the entirety of this video is just beautiful. I love that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was a new Max0r video, which means we are going to be waiting at least another 12 months for the next one. Max0r, my guy, you are amazing. I wish I could channel even 2% of your power to make my own content with, but I have literally a brain that can't keep track of anything for more than 5 seconds, so my life is going to be inundated with perpetual inadequacy. But anyway, if you guys want to enjoy perpetual inadequacy, then please make sure you drop by my Twitch channel, where we definitely don't just do React Andy's all stream, because I have the inability to stick with a game for more than 5 seconds. And yeah, thank you for being here, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye! And Twitch stream or something, I don't know. Bye! Or again, now the YouTube losers have gone. Yo, Twitch, let's make fun of the YouTube losers.